This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what we're talking about today is when women tell you, well, I was like this when you met me, and why you shouldn't let her do that. And women, why you shouldn't be telling men, well, I was like this when you met me, or I was doing this when you met me. It's actually a cop-out, and we're actually going to get into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a clip that I actually showed you at the end of my live stream. If you were there to the end, you saw it. But there's always another perspective for me to come from. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to share my screen real quick. And we're going to take a look at this clip, and we're going to talk about it. So here we go.
I just respect that I want you to put on some more clothes.
Respect on this outfit.
All right.
So what do you all think about this, men and women alike? I personally don't have any problems with her outfits. I don't think he should either. She looks sexy and sophisticated. She probably dressed exactly like that when they met, and he probably thought it was attractive, sexy, and sophisticated. But now that they are in a relationship, for some reason, he is feeling insecure in his position in her life, and he is afraid that that little bit of cleavage that she's showing is going to attract another man that is possibly better than him. So he is threatening to break up with her so that if she does leave the house, that the relationship is over. That is a very sad scenario. They are probably not the best couple to be paired together because they don't think alike when it comes to basic respect. He should not think that he can tell her what she can and cannot wear. What do you guys think?
Okay. So we're just going to ignore like a lot of the crap that she was saying at the end because it's completely irrelevant. It was stupid. But what we're going to talk about is the lady in the first part of the clip not wanting for her man to tell her about how she's dressed. And then the one thing that the lady who was commenting was saying was that basically he shouldn't be able to tell her that, and she probably was dressed like that when he met her. Here's the problem with it. It's men's job to upgrade a woman, and a lot of Black women think that's just financial, that all that has to do with is money and resources and provision, which is actually not true at all. It has more to do with him upgrading who you are, right? Women are in chaos. It's a man's job to bring order to her. When he starts bringing order to her, a lot of women don't like that process because it can be a very uncomfortable process. So, like I said, men are meant to upgrade women and make her a better version of herself. See, too many women think that he's trying to change who you are at your core. And that's not actually what he's doing. The process is uncomfortable to come from chaos into order, especially if you're the type of woman that's never been under leadership, or it's been too long since you've been under a man's leadership that it feels funny. You don't like the way that it feels because it feels like restriction. It feels like rules. It feels like regulation. And the truth of the matter is, it is some restriction. There are rules, there are regulations, but it's not meant to be there to destroy you, right? Most women actually take offense to a man attempting to problem solve for her and attempting to direct her to move in a certain way. She actually takes offense to that. Because one of the popular things is, if he tries to get me to change some things, then that means he doesn't like me. That is the way 2-year-olds feel when they get in trouble. And you tell them it's not who you are, it's what you did that I don't actually like. It's not that I don't love you. I mean, I love you, you're fine. But your behavior is not always fine. Just because I love you, just because I accept you, doesn't mean that all of your behavior, all of the habits that you have, and all of the things that you do is automatically peachy keen, and I'm automatically, bound to just accept everything that you do. Because just because I don't accept certain things you do doesn't mean I don't see any value in you. And too many women take the 5-year-old approach. They take it like a kid. If you have a child and that child do something for them to get in trouble, you don't start automatically hating the kid. But what you do is you may punish the child, discipline the child for what they did, and then you start doing things to help them modify behavior. Why? So that they'll have to be punished for that no more. And so we don't have to keep having that conversation. You don't throw the kid away. You don't start hating the child. You don't start, you know what I mean? So here's the thing. The man isn't trying to change who you are at your core. Just because he met you when you were doing a certain thing, or you were behaving a certain way, or you thought a certain way, doesn't mean that is okay, or that those things shouldn't change. Especially if you have bad habits, or he sees a better way that you can actually be living your life, a better thought pattern that you can actually have, a better set of values, or a better set of behaviors that you can actually go into. Here's an analogy that I want to use. Men are like jewelers whose job it is to discover a jewel or a gem, right? And then after he discovers the jewel or the gem, it is his job to use all of the tools and the skills at his disposal to craft that jewel from its rough form into something that's truly brilliant. This is where we get the phrase a diamond in the rough. And a lot of times when a man sees a woman that he sees value in, but she's rough around the edges, that's where that saying even comes from. She's a diamond. He's not trying to destroy the diamond, which is at the core of it. But what he is trying to do is take the rough edges from around it, so that it can be this beautiful diamond, so that the actual beauty of the diamond can shine forth and not be obstructed and hidden by the rock that it comes from, the coal that it's buried in, the rough edges and the edges that aren't diamond, right? So he's trying to take it from its natural rough-hewn beauty to something that's breathtaking. So from the gem's point of view, this probably hurts, right? Because he's chipping at it, he's cleaning it, he's smoothing it, he's polishing it, he's, you know what I'm saying? He's shaping it, he's molding it. So from the perspective of the gem that's being worked on, it may feel as though, well, man, he picked me up out of the ground. Now he don't like the way I look, or like the way I feel, or like the way, you know what I'm saying? Now he's doing all this modification to me, right? And I don't like it. So the jewel may feel that he's doing it because the jewel is disliked by him, but it's not really that at all. The fact of the matter is he loves the jewel inside of it. He can see it. He loves not only what he sees, but he loves the potential of what this jewel can be. So what he's doing by the process of bringing order to a woman and telling her, no, move like this. No, I need you to do this. I need you to think like this. I need you to do. What he's trying to do is elevate her and make her better, not change the core of who he is. A jeweler doesn't pick up a diamond to try to turn it into a ruby. He doesn't do that. He knows what he has in his hand, has a diamond in his hand. The only question is, can he get off enough of this rough edge to actually bring forth the beauty of this diamond? That's what he's trying to do. And the main problem that women have with this is that they don't like that process. They don't like that process. And it can be a rough process to go through. Like, man, it make you question if you have problems with it. What it does is it can make you question it as a woman. But do this man even really like me? And the point of it all is that he love you, because men that don't really see value, they don't work on you. They don't try to get you to change your perspectives or change the way maybe you going about certain things. They don't try to elevate you. They don't try to make you be better or see things differently or see things in a better way. They leave you where you at because they're not interested in your improvement. They're not interested in it at all, right? They don't care whether you're improved or not, because they don't come into your life to elevate you, right? And it's easy for women who don't have this, who can't see the bigger picture, to become offended by this. Well, why is he trying to, why is he trying to do this stuff? I was like this when he met me, and he should just leave it like that, and blah, 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 blah. And it comes to a point where she don't make no compromises. She doesn't change anything. She doesn't modify any of her behavior. She doesn't, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't do anything. And she's doing it out of like, well, you're going to accept me for who I am. Here's the problem with that line of thinking, though, ladies. When you tell a man, well, I was like this when you met me, in an attempt to make him stop requesting for you to be better or stop putting things in motion so you can be a better version of you, what you telling him is, I'm as good as I get. I'm as good as I get. The way that you met me, that's my best self. I don't have no other levels. You can't elevate me because I can't be elevated. I'm perfect the way that I am. Or if you don't say I'm perfect the way that I am, what you telling him is, I can't make improvements. I can't do any better than this. I'm always going to be at this level. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what kind of, structure you put around me to make me better, to improve me, to make me go further, I'm not going to be better than this. So you either accept me at this level that I'm at, or let me go because I can't do better. That's what you tell him when you say, well, I was like this when you met me. That's another way of saying, well, I don't get no better than this. And no matter what you do, I'm not going to get no better than this. I'm not even going to try to. Because it feels too much like a restriction. It feels too much like modification. It feels too much like changing me. And if you're trying to change me, then I'm not the one for you. No, that's really not it. That's really not it. He's trying to elevate you. That's what he's attempting to do. And each man has their own method for doing that, but that's what he be trying to do. He wants to see you make changes, but he's, again, not trying to take a ruby. He's not trying to take a diamond and make it a ruby. He's not. He wants it to be a diamond, but he wants it to be a good diamond. He don't want it to be a cloudy diamond, or he doesn't want it to be a diamond that's always stuck in the cold. And he can't get the coal out, because you ain't never went to no jewelry store and bought no diamond ring, but the diamond had coals on it, and you ain't never accepted it like that. You ain't never did that. I don't care if it was a cubic zirconia. You want it to look as clean and clear and crisp as it possibly can. You ain't going to accept no jewelry that's dirty or that's not completely hewn out of its stone or polished or none of that. You're not accepting none of that. You are not accepting diamonds as they are out of the ground. You just not. You not accepting no food as it come out of the ground. You don't wash it, you don't clean it, you don't cook it, you don't modify it so it can be better, so that it can be more palatable. You're not trying to change the food from what it actually is. You're just trying to improve it and make it better. So that's the same thing. It's the same thing as raising children. Yeah, they just sprout out of the ground and they just gonna be what they're gonna be. No, you actually have to put structure in front of them to make them the best they can be. It's with anything in life. Athletes train so that they can be the best that they can be. You might be a good runner, right? And you naturally run fast the way that you are. But what runner would tell you, well, I don't train because I run as fast as I run and it ain't nothing else we can do about it. Like, what do you mean? So we can't eat right. We can't train. We can't beat our personal best. We can't learn a better technique of running. We can't do nothing. Well, I was running like this when I got here. Okay, so we can't improve. You see what I mean? So that's a cop out a lot of times. I was like this when you met me. Cop out. Stop copping out. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.